Okay, so I just wanted to finish up the fish to help you understand what the inside of the fish is supposed to look like when it's finished. And my partner here, Chloe, woke up from her nap, so she's going to be joining us today. At any rate, your fish, I cooked mine for about 22 minutes. You want to pull with a fork in the center and pull the meat fibers away from each other and just kind of check to make sure it's done. Basically, you don't want it to be mushy. You want it to be nice and springy, like you would chicken when it's finished, okay? So basically, let me see if I'm getting that this time. If you look in the center, it should be this nice orange color. Okay, and also you'll see some white particulates kind of coming out of the side of the fish. That's just the natural fat that comes out of your fish. When you're cooking your chicken or your meat, usually that type of fat, unless it's boiled or something like that, you're really not going to see it because it gets burned up. But since we roasted it, it's just kind of gently coming out. And over time of just sitting there for a few minutes and resting, most of that just falls off anyway. Now, the other way to tell that your fish is done is by taking a spatula, and I always leave the scale, not the scales, but the base of the fish on. So when you want to go and take the skin off, you basically just take your spatula and insert it right between the meat and the skin, and it should come right off. Now, if it doesn't, that usually means that you haven't cooked it long enough. But for this size fish, it should be 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes is plenty. Let's see, when I've done bigger salmon steaks, you do need more time. And with a low heat, you won't risk burning anything, which is good. Okay, so resting your meat is very, very important. Basically, this means you don't want to overcook it. So, like, especially with your steak and your chicken, and the fish, of course, everything continues to cook when you take it out of the oven. So I watched a couple of cooking shows, and they were all talking about resting, and so I decided to try it with our steaks one day, and I was really blown away how well it works. So basically, you just pull your steaks off a couple of minutes early. You figure out what your desired doneness is, and I usually pull mine off probably about 2 minutes earlier than I typically would. You put them on a plate, cover them with foil, and let them rest for 5 minutes. And you could do this with chicken. You do this with your fish too. Although your fish will be done when you pull it out, you want to let it rest anyway. Basically, what happens when you let it rest is it starts to release all the juices, and it makes for very tender meat. Especially with your steaks, when you come back, it will be sitting in a ton of juice, which is nice au jus to cover on all your veggies or whatever you have. So, it's a good thing. And your steaks will be nice and pink. They won't be overdone. So resting your protein is a very, very important step that you don't want to miss. I guess that's about it. I wanted to re-show you the roasted vegetables, which I noticed in the last video didn't get seen very well. There they are. And basically they just need to be tender and nice and orange because they're sweet potato and carrot. And that's about it. So I will let y'all go. I hope you enjoy these quick tips on cooking salmon and other proteins and learning how to rest your protein. And thank you, Chloe, for being so cooperative. Mwah! And that's about it. We'll talk to you later. Bye.